like music. I'm going against what I just did, just slightly. So everywhere where the gold goes, it becomes green, of course. And I want some of the gold to show up, so I'm going to go across the whites with some gold, and they should hold a little bit. See the consistency again? It's pretty heavy. I can see it on the cup. It's pretty thick. But I find that the thicker I go at this point, the better the product. So I don't mean make it so thick that it looks like acrylic, but we still want transparency. So.
Does the blue have to be dry at this point?
No, the blue should be slightly damp because you want the colors to mix and mingle. Here's what I will head you off. A lot of people will decide that they would like it to be controlled, a little too controlled, and they put it in the whites and don't get enough mixed into the other. So watch what I do, moving it again with my brush so that I get that movement. It's always scary though, even for me, because I don't get control. So I'm going to throw my gold in. You see, I kind of went 3 places. That might help you if you stick to 3 areas. And then I'm going to pick up my this is a big brush. I don't want one of those. What was I using before? This one. And see, I want the gold to hold, but I want it to be green in these other areas. So I'm going to pull it across. I want to save some whites. Remember that you aren't stuck with this either. You're going to get lots of opportunities to change things, so don't feel like you have to stick with it. So I'm just kind of doing the same thing we just did, moving the gold around.
Notice you're cleaning your brush.
I am, because I'm picking up blue as I'm going. It's still damp. That's a good point. Thank you. Sometimes I don't realize what I do, so point it out. When I cleaned my brush, because I went through here this blue and I had yellow, and then if I go up here and I put green down instead of moving the yellow, and I just want the yellow to move over in here. So be aware that everything you do is related to something else that you've just done. And I kept a white right in the center. That's not really working, is it? It's a little bit awkward that there's a big white Minnesota shape right in the middle. Does it look like Minnesota to anybody else? You're from Michigan. Does that look like Minnesota?
Yes, it does.
Thank you. She's just agreeing with me because she's friends. Okay, now I killed the center, which I'm not too happy about. Excuse me. So I'm going to come back. Last time I didn't show you this enough, that I'm going to get some shapes by putting my paper towel into it. Now it's a color. It's not white, but it's not real strong anymore either. I'm going to pick this up. I don't know if you can see it in the mirror, and make the colors move. You're going to like this when I put it back down. Isn't that better?
Yeah.
But when you pick it up for this happens. You see these little tendrils over here? I don't like those. So I'm going to come back with water and take them away. And this wonderful thing happens, and you'll see me do this a lot. I get this little white, you see that white line? And I love white lines like that. If you see my piece, look at those. See the water rush down on the blue and made these little white shapes. And sometimes I come in with a flat brush and lift them out even more so that I keep some. Right now I'm even thinking about shapes that I can create that will be interesting whites later. You see that? That's why I do watercolor, because I can do that in watercolor and I can't do it with another medium.
It won't work in the acrylic. It won't work in acrylic?
Yeah, it will.
Oh, it will.
My painting that's in the show has black acrylic across the side, and then I washed it out and it has these shapes through the acrylic, but you have to do it while the acrylic's wet, of course. Or you can use alcohol for that. But okay, now I have huge puddles here, which I'm just going to disperse slightly. I like what happened there, and I do like that little eye, that blue. I'm not crazy about, see, I have another X right there. Are you going to get the whole thing? Bless your heart. I don't know if we can. Thank you.